Ladies and gentlemen, this is internet personality Vangelus with a Transformers movie toy premium line toy review of a toy from the Transformers movie premium line Voyager class, retailing for $20 US, $30 Canadian in North America. This is premium Voyager Ironhide. I actually have a confession to make. My very first movie toy that wasn't real gear was a Voyager Ironhide about a month before the line came out, that I got from the huge piles of it that showed up in actual Asian stores, and I think Australian stores, back in those days. So Ironhide was my first real movie toy, and of all the premium toys, Ironhide is the only one that's really captured me. I have slight interest in the leaders, but a lot of them missed, as far as my taste goes. Ironhide, however, didn't. One big reason that you can see quite plainly, even if this was in grainy 16-pixel quality, is how freaking glossy the black is. Every single part of this toy that is black right now is glossy, and that's because it's glossy paint. This toy is covered in paint. He also has really wicked cool detailing on the front lights, on the back lights. He has smokestacks, although as a consequence of molding those in gray, these gears are gray as well, which kind of breaks up the cool factor, but not enough for me to really call much attention to it. He's got, like, hubcaps, he's got apps on this part, he's got apps everywhere, he's got paint everywhere! He's got frosted windshields, but you can still see through them, which is a big improvement on, sorry, it's not an improvement, it's a big plus in comparison to Premium Barricade, who, as far as I can tell, had his clear windows completely painted over. More or less, this is what I think the premium line should have held as a standard. A lot of the premiums have struck me as actually not being really all that premium, unless I've missed something. When I looked at several of them in person, Ironhide is the one that said, I am premium. Blackout reminds me a little bit of the Lawson's dealie, and the little Scorponok he comes with is definitely premium, but that's a tiny little Scorponok. Jazz is the next one that sort of gets me. It depends really on how nice that silver paint is on the robot mode. I've got to see some of them in person in robot mode before I make any more premium purchases. This one, however, the vehicle mode's humongous amount of additional paint apps alone was enough to sell me. And the only real downside is this piece falls off a lot. It goes right back on again, so it's no big deal. But it's surprising me, actually, how often this falls off. And that's something I may end up actually gluing if it becomes too much of a problem. But it goes on really tightly again, so I'm not too sure what the deal is there. Anyway, as for the other premiums, Barricade is one who I quite literally can't tell what makes him so premium compared to the rest. He seems to have some chrome on some parts, and he has fully painted windshields, which I actually find is more of a downgrade than an upgrade of paint apps. But the one that I was really hoping to be impressed by was Bumblebee. However, having read reports, it seems that Bumblebee's paint scheme has actually been outdone by a simple redeco, that being Stealth Bumblebee. The big point of Premium Bumblebee was to get a normal yellow Bumblebee with the battle helmet, and what you got instead was a normal Bumblebee with the battle helmet, but all of his internal mechanizy bits underneath the yellow parts were changed to a tremendously flat and dull gray plastic, whereas Stealth Bumblebee's is apparently more of a gunmetal sparkly gray plastic, which is, I want to know exactly why that is on the non-premium, while the premium gets what I would consider to be a simple redeco's paint job. I've also heard of some paint problems with the premium Bumblebees. I've seen images of several of the other premiums who really don't look all that much more impressive, as this part falls off the umpteenth time. Especially Blackout, who could have been done a lot better. I've been reading that premium Megatron is done in a sparklier plastic, but I actually am still a little disappointed with that, because there was another leader repaint, namely Cybertron Megatron, who was a repaint of Cybertron Galvatron, who was a repaint of Cybertron Megatron. There's too many Trons in that sentence. Whose repaint was pretty much fully covered in shiny silver paint. Repaint of a leader toy covered in shiny silver paint. Repaint of leader Megatron from the movie line, I feel should have been done in fully shiny silver paint. Anyway, that's my commentary on the premium series. Let's forget all that nerdiness and let's concentrate on the nerdiness of how cool this looks. There are so many extra paint apps in here, I can't even begin to describe them. Almost all of them are copper, and there maybe aren't that many, but every single placement of them is absolutely genius. His guns are fully painted, as opposed to being flat turquoise plastic. His face even has been touched up, although in one slight loss, he lost his eye piping, which admittedly never worked in the first place, and it's been replaced with this all-spark blue, which I wish they'd actually done a little smaller. This makes his eyes look a lot bigger than I feel they were meant to be. And all this black on him, aside from actually even some of the black in his vehicle mode is glossy. He feels like a custom paint job. He feels like the kind of toy that you order from some of the better kit bashers, like what's his name? The dry brushing guy. You all know who I'm talking about. Basically, I felt like I was going to ruin it by even handling it. However, the paint is held up really well, aside from what may or may not be several chips of it lying around at his feet at this moment. Overall, if you're going to go for one premium figure, get Ironhide. If you're going to skip premium figures, get premium Ironhide anyway. This is the kind of paint app upgrade that premium should be, and it's the kind of paint app upgrade that I think many of you should support, and I would really like to see a lot of you support, because this is how you show off that a line is so successful that you can re-release the first couple waves with like twice the budgeted paint apps that they got the first time around. So, in closing, premium Ironhide, he is worth it. This is internet personality Vangelus, and I'll see you again, most likely, at BotCon. I just wanted to show him my guns.